Hello and welcome to another Wake Up Yoga with Paulina here at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Today we're gonna make a beautiful sequence that is warming up your whole body, and we will end with a dolphin pose. So grab your mat. If you have, bring a block or two and a blanket for more comfort for your knees or spine. And let's begin. First, start in a comfortable seat. We're gonna stay here for a little bit. So for more comfort of your knees, you can use a block under your pelvis. Then find your two sit bones. You can rock side to side. Great. Make a weight distributed in between both of them. Stretch your spine. You can push away your groins or your thighs. Take a deep inhale in and exhale. Close your eyes. Slide your hands slightly down toward your thighs or knees. And stay here for a few breaths, arriving on the mat. Letting everything go from your mind, from your heart. Releasing. Finding inner peace and stability that we all need in life. Feel how your breath stretches the chest in all directions, kind of like a balloon that you inflate. And when you exhale like a balloon, it deflates and shrinks out toward your midline, called in yoga Sushumna Nadi. And with next inhale, gather all the air inside your chest and belly. And slowly sigh out, releasing all emotional baggage that you might carry with you throughout time. And let's repeat it one more time. Great. Then put your hands on your heart and gently open your eyes and raise your gaze. And then change the cross of your leg. So the one that was back goes front. And we will start with some circles around to warm up your hips and your spine. Great, and then try other way around. If that was clockwise, now it's counterclockwise. Yeah, beautiful. And let's do 2 twists. With an inhale, lift your hands up. Hands might be parallel or touch. And now twist to your right side. Yeah, push away from your leg, look behind. Then inhale, lift, come back front and twist to the second. Beautiful. Then palms up to touch and to your heart. And let's move to your all fours, hands and knees. You can move your hands to the front or to the side like I do. For more comfort of your knees, you can place a blanket underneath. Tuck or untuck your toes. And let's start with cat and cow. Inhale, lift your head and tailbone up. Stretch your collarbones and move your navel down, arching down. Then exhale, head and tailbone up. Down. Your navel lifts up and feel a lift with your core, stretch your shoulder blades. And let's do it 2 or 3 more times based on your own inhale and exhale. Great, come to your straight spine. Then let's make waves. So when you inhale, you open your chest, you move behind to your heels, and then arch up and come front on your hands. So behind and front. Then find your one line, stretch your right leg behind and move your heel backwards for an additional stretch for the calf and hamstring. Keep your navel in, strong core, and your crown lifting to the front. Find one line. If this is easy, you can lift your leg over the ground, one line over, so you're not lifting it super up, and then into your chest. One more time, stretch and knee to your chest while you exhale. Then stretch, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Great. Stretch and now twist to your left elbow. Stretch behind, knee to your chest and step front. Inhale, lift, come on your left knee. So we're not front, we're still in that moment of warm-up. And very gently let your hands go behind your sacrum, interlace your fingers and lift your spine up, your chest up. Remember, it's still a warm-up, so be gentle. I'm also not going to the full expression of my pose. Great. And come back front, make a wide circle with your hands. Hands go down. And now let's make a twist, lifting your right hand up. Beautiful. Stay here, another inhale. And exhale, hand down. Use your core to slide your knee to your second. And let's move to half plank. Exhale, move down. I need to be slightly higher so you hear me better. And let's start with 2 baby cobras. Lift your chest up, look front or down in front of your mat. You can lift your hands, slide, and move your fingers backwards. Toes backwards. Exhale, down. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And now let's move to a full cobra. Push the ground down, lift your chest, keep your elbows slightly bent, pubic bone on the ground, and then come to your all fours, hands and knees. And let's go to child's pose for 1 or 2 breaths just to release your lumbar. And then lift your chest, come to your all fours again, and let's do the same on the second side. I'm tucking my toes as this is more comfortable for me, and stretch your left. First heel goes backwards, give an additional lengthen for your calf and hamstrings, or you can lift it over the ground, but keep your core strong. Knee to your chest twice. And then knee to your left elbow, then to your right elbow, and then to your chest again and step front. Great. Lift up on your left knee, right knee. Then hands behind, interlace your fingers, but other way around, change of 1 finger. And release down, lift your chest up. Stay here for around 1 or 2 breaths. And remember, it's still a warm-up, so just give yourself some space to warm up the body before we go to more advanced asanas. Yeah, that's right. And now take a wide circle with your hands. Hands go down. And a twist. Lift your left to the sky. Hands down. Move your leg this time to a full plank. One leg, second leg up. Find your one line from your heels to your crown. Move slightly to the front. Exhale down. And let's do 2 baby cobras and 1 full. Inhale, just your chest. Maybe hands lift and down. Exhale. Next time, let's go to a full cobra. Push your arms down, your palms down, elbows close to your chest, pubic bone on the mat. And again, for 2 breaths in child's pose. Then slowly lift your head. Move to your hands and knees. If your knees moved on the side, bring them parallel to each other and hip width wide. Tuck your toes and then lift your knees slightly from the ground. Keep your core active and then push your hands down and stretch sit bones backwards behind you. Make a nice stretch of your shoulder blades and then start walking your heels one at a time to give your hamstrings, your legs, but also all your joints, your ankles, toes, knees and pelvis and hips, a nice warm-up. And then look to your front, walk, hop or step to the front. Feet hip width wide. Inhale, lift halfway up. Parallel spine, you can stretch your knees or keep them slightly bended. And exhale, move down. 2 more times, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Next inhale, let's move to chair pose. Bend your knees, send your sit bones down, but lift your chest away from your pelvis, hands over your head or parallel to each other. Very good. And stay here for another 2 breaths. I know no one likes chair pose, but it's the best pose to warm up your whole body before we do sun salutations. And then slowly lift up, all the way up. Keep your belly strong. And now slightly start to move your hands behind, tailbone pointing down. And you are in your Urdhva Hastasana. Then touch your palms and move to your chest. Great. Come to the front of your mat if you ended up somewhere in between. And lower your hands by your side, pointing to the sides. Palms open to the sides. And let's do some sun salutations. Inhale, hands lift up to the sky. Exhale, lower, gently bend your knees, place your belly on them and release your neck. Then halfway lift for a parallel spine. Exhale, move down again. Step with your left leg behind. We start with right in Ishta Yoga. And first lower your knee. Now the hips should be a bit warmed up, so you can lift your hands up to the sky or even behind for a little back bend. Exhale, hands down. Tuck your toes and lift your knee and step back into plank or keep still half plank. Exhale, move down. Inhale, let's go straight into Cobra lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can walk your heels one at a time to give yourself an additional stretch for the legs. It's actually really important if we end with a dolphin pose. And then look to your front and step with your left to the front, lower the knee down. Inhale, hands lift up and behind for additional stretch of your iliopsoas muscle, and hands down. Remember to keep it easy, it's still beginning of a day. Lift the back leg, exhale, step, and with an inhale, lift already your spine parallel, and exhale down. Inhale, lift your arms, go around to touch, and exhale, hands to your heart. And let's do the second side with a high lunge. So open your palms to the side, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend over, belly on your thighs. Then halfway lift for a parallel spine. Exhale, hands down, step with your right. Now we start with left front, and inhale, lift up. Very good. Exhale, hands down. This time keep your knee up and step into plank. And gently move forward and lower down. Inhale, lift for a cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. You can again walk your heels. And then look to your front and step with your right foot to the front. Keep the back knee up, lift your hands using your core. And exhale, hands down next to your foot. Step with your left and inhale right away, parallel spine. Exhale, down. Next inhale, let's move all the way up. Hands together to touch, and exhale, hands to your heart. Very good. Now let's make a little sequence with twisting to warm up the body even more and give your legs a beautiful hamstring stretch for our dolphin pose. For that, you might use a block that helps a lot to keep your pelvis parallel and your knees not moving. But if you don't have a block, easily just stay without, then keep your knees and feet together touching. I will show you with the block, as I really love to work with the blocks. Okay, inhale, lift your hands up and feel your whole body stretch. Exhale, bend your knees, squeeze the block, and move your hands to your heart. Glue your thumbs with the sternum. Take a deep inhale in, squeezing the block. Twist to your right side, left elbow goes to your right knee. And as you see, my knees are not moving. I'm trying to keep them in the same spot. Then come back to your front and exhale, twist to the second side. Now your right elbow goes to your left knee. Great, come to the front, release down in Uttanasana, forward bend. Then inhale, halfway up. Lift your spine and stretch those hamstrings, the backs of your legs. Great, and release. And now let's go back into that chair pose. Good. And let's start with the second side. So hands to your heart. And now we start with the left, the right elbow to your left knee. Squeeze your block so it's not moving. Inhale front and then exhale second side. Great, inhale front, release down. Then stretch your legs, lift your spine, and exhale down. And now let's go to a full body stretch, hands up, or you can move them behind to keep a nice opening in your front body, and hands together to your heart. So it wasn't that hard, but it's beautifully opening, stretching, keeping you detoxified, and of course warming up in this beautiful winter day. Okay, let's go back to the front of your mat. If you need a fast sip of water, grab one. Now it starts to be more powerful. Keep your feet parallel, hip width wide or together. Open your hands to the sides. And let's start like in Sun Salutation B. Inhale, lift your arms high or to Urdhva Hastasana behind. Then chair pose. Bend your knees, lower your sit bones. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel to the sky. And as you see, I'm starting to be a bit more flexible, warmed up, so I can touch the ground or keep my hands on the shins or thighs. Now step backwards or jump into plank. Exhale all the way down, or maybe halfway down into chaturanga, or all the way down. Then inhale, cobra or upward dog. And whatever you like, downward dog of your choice. Now look to your front, step with your right, pivot the back heel, and lift for warrior two. To warm up your hips even more, inhale, lift your hands, stretch your front leg. Exhale, down, bend your knee. Inhale, lift, and then bend your front knee. Great. Keep your hands parallel. I know they like to move around. And let's go into crescent warrior two. Right hand behind, left hand light on your knee or thigh. And let's go to the front elbow on your knee, left hand up or over your head. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And now let's move into triangle. Stretch your right. Your hand might be on your ankle, on your shin. Left one facing up. Yeah, and find one line through your hands. And you can also lift this one. Beautiful. And now take your left hand or the upper hand over and move your both hands on the inside part of your foot. Bend your leg, lift the back heel and lower your knee down. And now open your foot to the side. Stay here to open your hip for another second or 1 full breath. Beautiful. And then move it back to parallel. Hands stay on the inside part. If that's too low for you, keep a block, or even two. Remember that blocks have different heights. Great. Now tuck your back toe and lift your knee up for a lizard. Release down. Maybe open your chest to the front and lift. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Yeah, beautiful. Next time you lift, try to lift also your navel and stretch the front leg as much as it feels comfortable and possible for you. Maybe you won't stretch it all the way there. And last time, exhale, yes, beautiful. And go back down. Now tuck your toes, but slightly closer, and lift for a high lunge with your hands down. Start to swing your hands back and front, and that will give you a nice force to stand on your right in a warrior three pose. Great. Lift up, grab your left leg. Exhale, your navel in, your knee up, and find a beautiful stretch on your right leg. Great. And release. The second side I'm gonna do facing other way around my mat. Otherwise you see my back. So stay with your feet together, hip width wide. Open your palms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chair pose. Oh, I wanted to put my hands down. Keep you nice, lengthen in your lumbar, strong core. And then halfway up, parallel spine. Exhale, hands down, step or walk, or step to your plank pose. Exhale, halfway down to chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And let's find yourself in a downward facing dog. And now look front and step with your left foot in between. Pivot the back heel, helicopter your hands to warrior. To find a comfortable pose for your hips, for your legs. But to warm up, let's stretch, lifting your arms, and exhale, lowering down. One more time, inhale, exhale. Yes, beautiful. And now 3 times to the crescent and to the front to Parshva Konasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch the front leg, your palm on the ankle or shin, right one up, lengthen both of your hands. Stay here for another breath. And now take your right hand around and to the mat, bend your front leg, hands on the inside part of your foot, lift the back heel up and your knee down. And now 4 times just to lift, to feel your ankles, knees, your pelvis gently warming up. And after those 4 times, as I forgot, open your front foot to the side and give yourself a little break to keep fascia lengthening throughout that pose. And then bring it parallel. Remember to always grab blocks under your hands if you need it. Tag your toes one more time. And this time, let's go to a full stretch. Maybe that knee is gonna lift and stretch completely, or maybe like mine, not completely right now. Yeah, beautiful. And now slide your back foot slightly closer to the front. Lift into high lunge. Lift your hands and start rocking front and back until you find the momentum to stand on your left. And then lift, grab your knee, find balance on your left leg. And while you exhale, navel in, stretch your spine, knee to your chest closer. And release. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, let's move to our Dolphin Pose for today. Remember, it's the beginning of the day. If you're not feeling well enough, if it's too much for you for today, keep it easy or even skip the pose and go into our cool down section. Okay, I'll stay on this side. So inhale. Let's start the same as we did. Lift your arms. Exhale, chair pose to warm up your body even more. Then halfway up, parallel spine. Hands on the ground, step or walk to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And let's meet in downward facing dog for just one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Great. Now lower your knees. Lower your elbows and your forearms down. If you don't know how wide it should be, you should be able to touch and grab your opposite elbow and arm. But hands might be front, or you might make a fist, stretching your pinky fingers. I actually like that one more. And now imagine that you are squeezing a beach ball with your elbows. So you lengthen space in between your shoulder blades. That's pretty important to keep your chest lifted and to make that pose even stronger. Now lift your pelvis from your heels and slowly start to stretch your legs. And for some, that would be enough for today. If not, push your head in between your elbows, and then you can start to walk your feet slightly closer front. Yeah, and that's it. If it's easy for you, you can bend the opposite heel, or maybe bend your knees to your chest. I know it's pretty a lot. Okay, and let's go behind, knees down, and stay in child's pose for a few breaths. Now slowly lift your head, Come to your hands and knees and half plank, lower down, and let's meet in a Sphinx pose. So again, forearms and elbows on the ground. This time push your elbows down, lift your crown, move your navel slightly closer to your elbows and stretch collarbones in front. Point your toes. Yeah, beautiful. Stay here for another 2 breaths. Great, and lower down. Slide your hands on both sides of your chest. Inhale, lift for a cobra. And exhale, sit behind, sweeping your feet to the right. Sorry, not to the left side. And now I'm gonna show you that in front. So feet on the left, left hand on the side, and lift your right up and over for a side stretch. Come back up. Now swing your left foot to the front, lift your right knee. Easy version, keep your foot next to your knee. Version a bit more advanced, well, not advanced, but more twisty. It's your foot behind on the outer side of your knee. Find your 2 sit bones. Inhale, lift your arms, and exhale, twist to your right side. Great. Gently unwind. Move your feet together and then to the second side for a side bend. So right hand down, left one up. Move up and then over your head for a side stretch. And come back up. Now swing your right to the front, left one up. Easy version, a bit more advanced. Find your 2 sit bones, lift your arms and twist to the second to your left. Great, and move back to your front. Stretch both of your legs. And now I'm gonna move on the side again. Yeah, very good. Now bend your knees. Bring your chest on those knees and lower your head. I'm gonna lift my head just for you to hear me better. And imagine that you're releasing everything. You're melting all your spine, giving your back, your shoulders, your lumbar, your chest a great release before you go into your day. And then slowly come up, hands behind, bend your knees, maybe slide a bit front and then lower down. And let's do 2 bridge poses with your inhale, roll your tailbone and spine up to the sky. Exhale, roll down. And one more time, up, inhale. Down, exhale. And find your Shavasana for a minute or 2. Stretch your hands and your legs in a comfortable fashion. Find few deep breaths. Imagine a beautiful white light shining on you, pouring this light into your whole being. Each cell of your body, on your skin, into your bloodstream, into your fascia, muscles, bones, into your organs and liquids that all your organs float in. And with that light comes unconditional love, comes connection with your higher self, and comes deep feeling of grounding. in life. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, your ankles and your wrists, head side to side. And then gently stretch. Bend your knees, move your knees to your chest and hug with your arms, rocking side to side for an additional spine massage. And then roll on your one side, and with your eyes closed, gently lift into sitting. Move your palms together in front of your chest. Take an inhale to stretch your spine, and with an exhale, bow your chin to your chest or your mind toward your heart. And let's chant together one Om for a beautiful day. Let's take an inhale together. And then with your next inhale, gently blink, open your eyes and rise your gaze. And I want to tell you thank you for spending this beautiful morning, cold winter morning with me in Montreal. And next yoga classes are going to be much shorter. And you can use them not only in the morning, but also in the afternoon or in the evening. There's going to be some healthy spine, there's going to be some power yoga, there's going to be some classes that are only 10 or 15 minutes. So please subscribe the channel and stay with me to know what I've prepared for you. And if you still haven't seen my podcast, video podcast, grab right now. There's going to be one over here or over here. So you can listen how yogis are perceiving life and how meditation can help you change it. Goodbye.